Show. Welcome to The Late Show. I'm your host, Stephen Colbert. First of all, happy Star Wars Day, everybody. May the 4th be with you. Also, I think the Republicans may have forced you off your health insurance because the House voted to repeal and replace Obamacare just a few hours ago. For more, let's go to our congressional... No, I know the feeling. Let's go to our congressional reporter, Ben. Ben, what was that moment like?
As if millions of voices suddenly cried out in terror and suddenly silenced.
Thanks, Ben. Now, he's a good kid. Now, when they tried to pass this kind of bill back in March, moderate Republicans thought the bill was too harsh, while conservative Republicans thought it was too soft. The only person who thought it was just right was Oregon Congresswoman Goldilocks. She resisted at first, but she eventually voted for the bill after they promised her $8 billion in porridge subsidies. Under Obamacare, insurers were forced to cover certain essential health benefits like maternity care, emergency services, and preventive services. But this new bill allows states to waive the benefit rules and set up their own standards. You know, because people get sick differently in different states. In California, you could be suffering from hella foot pain, brah. Whereas in Massachusetts, it's wicked bad gout in your Red Sox. That is a perfect Boston accent. Meryl Streep.
Give him an Oscar.
Absolutely. Of course, the big question is whether the new plan will cover pre-existing conditions, and the answer is a definite because the bill has an amendment that allows states to opt out. Opting out. Very popular provision with many of the states who already fly the traditional opt-out flag. And the term, yes, I agree, and I'm from there. And, of course, it wouldn't be a Republican bill if it didn't include tax cuts. Obamacare was paid for largely with a tax increase on the richest Americans. The new bill would cut taxes for the wealthy up to $883 billion. Now, listen, if hearing that raises your blood pressure, calm down. You can't afford the medication anymore. But if all of this seems extreme, don't worry. Some members of Congress are telling journalists that the bill's controversial provisions aren't a big deal because, quote, no state would be crazy enough to actually ask for them. Have you met Florida? Right there on their state seal. Crazy enough. So they did it. Obamacare is finally officially dead, is something they can say once the bill goes to the Senate, then gets out of committee, is debated on the floor where amendments can be added, then the Senate votes on their bill, which is sent to conference committee where the differences between the two bills are ironed out, then voted on in the House and Senate again, then sent to the White House for the president to sign. Which is why Republicans were chanting, we're number one, third of the way through a very complex process. Okay, all that's true, but it did not stop Republicans from throwing a massive beer bash. And it wasn't just beer. No, I mean, they haven't accomplished anything yet, but it wasn't just beer. They also served unhatched chickens. There was so much food, they had to bring it in a cart before a horse. It was very lovely. After the vote, took a while for the metaphor to catch on in the room, but they got there eventually. After the vote, one reporter ran into Reince Priebus, who told her the president stepped up and helped punt the ball into the end zone. Yes, a punt into the end zone. Accurate because it gets you 0 points and gives your opponent good field position. Punt away. Woo. Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
I got you.
I think a more accurate football metaphor might have been the GOP just kicked America in the balls. Thank you. Thank you.
Different sound.
Thank you, piano hands.
Different.
Right after the vote, the Republicans went over to the White House, where Donald Trump spoke about the bill in front of the nation's strategic white guy reserve. And He wanted to be very clear about what this is.
This is, make no mistake, this is a repeal and a replace of Obamacare. Make no mistake about it. Make no mistake.
Yes, make no mistake. We've already made enough for today. All the mistakes are taken. And Trump did have a very important question for the assembled.
How am I doing? Am I doing okay? I'm president. Hey, I'm president. Can you believe it, right?
No, we still can't. It just...
We were standing with our backs against the wall.
And Trump talked about everyone who came together to pass this bill.
We have the Tuesday group. We have so many groups. We have the Freedom Caucus. We have, and they're all great people. But we have a lot of groups.
Yeah, a lot of groups. You got the guys who wear striped ties, the guys who wear solid ties, the bald guys, not bald guys. Very diverse coalition.
Diversity.
And, of course, there was high praise for the president from House Majority Leader Kevin McCarthy.
I've only been through a few presidents, but I've never seen someone so hands-on.
Neither have we. He's hands-on. Especially health care. He's already volunteered to do all the mammograms. But, based on a true story, that joke. But if you lose your health care, remember, laughter is the best medicine. Until yesterday, when a jury convicted a woman who laughed at Jeff Sessions. See, Trump's America isn't so bad. It's just that laughter is now a crime. The woman, Desiree Farouz, was convicted of disrupting Sessions' confirmation hearings when Alabama Senator Richard Shelby said this.
But in reality, Jeff Sessions' extensive record of treating all Americans equally under the law is clear and well documented.
Oh, you just got busted for first-degree chuckling with intent to titter. Now, Farouz defended herself, saying her laughter was a reflex. I understand that. I mean, it's like my gag reflex every time I say President True. Now, and this is true, Farouz could face up to a year in prison, okay? That is harsh. She could end up joining a gang, or worse, an improv troupe. We now live in a world where laughing at Jeff Sessions is a federal offense. So for your own safety, please do not laugh at how much Jeff Sessions looked like my writer Mike's brand new baby. You're all going to jail. You're all going to jail.